Hello and welcome to this practice. My name is Kate McMahon. I'm going to be leading you through this yoga practice targeting our thighs today. We are going to start in a standing position, so if you want to join me on the mat, you don't need any props, but if you do like to use blocks, grab some and have them close by just in case you need them during practice. So we're going to start today with our legs about hip width distance apart. Take a moment just to really ground down through your feet. Lift the toes up, press them back down, ground down through all of the bits of your feet that are touching the mat. Lift up through the arches of the feet. Draw up through the kneecaps. Engage through the core here. Tuck the tailbone gently. Roll those shoulders down and away from the ears. Have the fingertips reaching for the floor as the crown of the head reaches for the sky. Take a moment here. Allow the eyes to close or just allow the gaze to soften. Letting go of everything else that's gone on today. Everything else that's going to happen later. Just allow yourself to arrive on your mat, giving yourself this little bit of time just for you. Don't worry if you wobble a little bit here, that's perfectly normal. Take a deep breath in through the nose. I'm going to sigh it out through the mouth. Let's do 2 more of those. Last one. Slowly, gently blink those eyes open. Bring the hands to the hips. Have a little rock, a little sway here. Just gently bringing a little movement into those hips, into those legs. And then bringing the left hand down to rest on the left thigh. Take the right arm up and over, and we're just going to stretch towards the left here. So really reaching out and up with that right hand. Keeping the body in a nice straight line here, so don't let that right shoulder start to draw towards the floor. Keep it nice and lifted, keep the chest nice and open. Take one more breath here. Inhale, come back to center. And let's switch sides. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, reaching out and up with that left hand. Keeping the body in a nice straight line. Breathing here. Inhale, come back to center. And as we exhale, bring the hands to the hips. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, let's just gently bend into those knees. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, bend into those knees. So don't worry if you're not going down very far today, just gently moving with what your body is doing today. Try to keep those knees behind the toes so you can see your toes as you move down. Keep the chest nice and lifted and keep the abdomen engaged. Let's do 2 more. Inhaling, coming all the way up, lift those arms. And as we exhale, bend those knees a little bit, let's fold forwards. Inhale, sweep the arms wide, lifting all the way back up. Bring the fingertips to touch overhead. And then exhale, let's fold forwards again. So bending into those knees as we fold forwards. Inhaling, sending those arms wide, straightening those legs as the arms come up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, send those arms wide. Press into the feet, straightening up, fingertips touch. Exhale, fold. Inhale, send those arms wide. Last one, exhale, fold. Inhale, lifting all the way back up. Exhale, bring the hands down to those shoulders. Bring the elbows to touch in front if you can, and then take them up, around and back and down, making nice big circles. Last one. And let's reverse it, take it back the other way. So we're really getting into all of those little knots and cracky bits in and around the shoulders as well. Last one. Bring those arms down. Step to the top of your mat. We're going to bring the toes to touch. The heels can be touching too, or they can be slightly apart, whatever feels good for you. Coming into our Tadasana. So drawing up through the arches of the feet, draw up through the kneecaps. Engage that belly, tuck the tailbone. Roll the shoulders up, down and away from the ears. Stretch those fingertips towards the floor as you lengthen the crown of head towards the sky. Take a deep breath in here. And as we exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, we're going to lift those arms up overhead. Gaze between those fingertips. Exhale, fold forwards. Bend into those knees if you need to. Bring the hands to the mat. Step back with that right foot. Drop the knee. Untuck those toes and gaze forwards. Hold it here. 2 breaths. Tucking those back toes under. Pressing into those hands. Sweep the left foot back to meet the right, coming into our plank. Inhaling, we're going to drop those knees, untuck the toes. As we exhale, bring the chest and chin down. Keep those hips in the air. Don't worry if you're coming down more like this on your first time. That's not a problem. As we inhale, lifting up into a little baby cobra. As we exhale, press back, come onto those knees, tuck the toes, lift the hips towards the sky, coming into our downward facing dog. Fingers are spread nice and wide here. The whole of the hand is gripping into that mat. Press the floor away with your shoulders. Let the neck be nice and long. You can bend your knees here if that feels good for the back of your thighs. Hold it here. As we inhale, we're going to lift that right leg, draw it all the way forward. See if you can plant it down between those hands. If it doesn't quite make it, drop the back knee and just draw it all the way forwards. Sink down through those hips. Lift the chest, gaze forwards, hold it here. On an exhale, we're going to tuck those back toes, lift the knee, sweep that left foot to meet the right. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, lift the arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, step back with that left foot. Drop the knee, lift the head and chest. Hold it here, 2 breaths. pressing into that mat. Tuck the back toe, lift up. As we exhale, bring the right foot to meet the left. Press the floor away. Inhale, drop the knees. Exhale, bring the chest and chin down. Inhale into your cobra. Come a little higher this time if you can. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift those hips. Come back into our down dog, holding it here for 2 breaths again. Press the floor away. Bending those knees if that makes it feel good. See if you can draw the abdomen towards the thighs. Inhale, straighten those legs. Exhale. And as we inhale, see if you can lift that left leg this time. Draw it all the way forward. See if you can plant it down between that foot, that hand, that foot, those front hands. Sink down through those hips. Gaze forwards. One more deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Inhale, and as we exhale, let's tuck those toes. Step forwards with that right foot. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Bring them back by the sides of the body. Take a couple of breaths here. We're going to do one more round, right and left of our Surya Namaskar. Take your time, listen to your body. So as we inhale, exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, lift the arms overhead, gaze between those arms. Exhale, fold forwards, bend the knees if you need to. Step back with that right foot, drop the knee, lift the head and chest. Holding it here, 2 breaths. Pressing into those hands, lift that back knee, bring that left foot to meet the right. Inhale, drop the knees. Exhale, bring the chest and chin down. Keep those elbows tucked in. As we roll into our cobra, try to keep those shoulders down. Exhale, tuck the toes, press back onto those knees, lift up into your down dog, hold it here, 2 breaths. Pressing those heels towards the floor, but more importantly, pressing the tailbone towards the sky this time. Fingers spread nice and wide, the whole of the palm is pressing into the mat. Inhale, lift that right foot, draw it all the way forwards, plant it down between the hands. Drop the back knee, lift the head and chest, 2 breaths. Exhaling, bringing that left foot to meet the right. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Left side, inhale, lift those arms. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, stepping back with that left foot, drop the knee. Lift. Pressing those hands into the mat, tucking the toe. Sweep back as we exhale into our plank. Inhale, drop the knees. Exhale, chest and chin. Inhale into your cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift those knees. Come back into your down dog. Pressing those heels to the floor this time. Press that tailbone towards the sky. Breathing here. that left leg. Drawing it all the way forwards, plant that foot down, drop the back knee, lift the head and chest. 2 breaths here. Exhaling, bringing that right foot to meet the left. As we inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Bring the arms by the sides. Take a breath here. One more deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And on the next inhale, we're going to step our legs wide. So keep that front right foot facing forwards. Have the back foot parallel with the short side of your mat. We're going to bend into that front knee. Extend the arms out to the sides. Want to make sure this front leg is pressing out to the side so we're not allowing that knee to collapse in. And try to keep the knee joint stacked over the ankle joint. Gaze out over that front middle finger. Shoulders down, don't let them ride up. Keep the abdomen engaged here. And try to keep nice and tall through your central line. We don't want to be leaning out to the front or leaning back. Keep nice and central. We're going to hold it here for 2 more breaths. Connect with that breath. Bring those hands to the hips, straighten into that front leg. Let's turn that foot in, turn the left foot out. Bending into that left knee this time. Again, make sure the knee is stacked over the ankle. You want to be able to see your big toe on the inside of your knee. Extend the arms out at shoulder height and gaze out over that top middle finger. Breathing here. Keep that belly engaged. Last breath. Bring those hands down. Straighten that front leg. Bring the feet parallel to one another. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to fold forwards. If you can, bring your fingertips to the mat. That's perfect. If you can't, keep the hands on your hips and just let the upper body hang here. Keep a nice softness in the knees. Perhaps shake the head no, nod the head yes. Breathe nice and slow. One more deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Then as we inhale, bending into those knees, roll the body all the way up. And we're going to turn the toes out. I'm just going to step back on my mat a little bit here. So we want the feet to be about a 45-degree angle. The toes are pointing kind of to the corners of your mat. Bring the hands to the hips. Draw the belly in. Trying to keep the chest nice and lifted here. Taking a deep breath in. As we exhale, we're going to come down into our goddess pose. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift up. So we're going to do 6 more of these. Keep the knees pressing out to the side. Keep lifting that chest. We don't want to be collapsing forwards here. Keep the chest nice and lifted. Moving with your breath. I think that might have been been 7. Let's do one more. Very well done. Let's heel toe those feet back in together. Take a deep breath in here. Send the arms up and overhead. As we exhale, folding forwards. Keep that nice softness in the knees. Shake the head no, nod the head yes. Let the hands rest on the knees, on the calves, on the floor, if they make it all the way to the floor. One more deep breath here. And then inhaling, lifting all the way back up. And as we exhale, we're going to make our way down onto our hands and knees. Find your way into your child's pose, however you want to. So bring the toes to touch. Have the knees a little bit apart, and let's extend the arms out in front. See if you can bring the forehead to rest on the mat here. Breathe nice and slow. Deep, slow breaths into the back of the body. If your forehead doesn't reach the floor here, you can always make a little tower from your fists. Or if you have a block handy, use the block to rest your forehead on. Let the legs relax here. Let the whole body relax. Connect with that breath. Two more deep, slow breaths. And then if you're using your block, just gently move that out of the way. Walk those hands all the way back in, coming to sit on our heels, just for 3 breaths here. If this feels a little intense for the ankles, you can always roll your mat up and place them underneath your ankles. That just helps to decrease that stretch in the ankles. One more deep breath. And then slowly finding our way from our heels to a nice seated position. Bringing the soles of the feet to touch. Bringing the hands to wrap around those toes. Lengthening through the crown of the head, lengthen through the spine. As we inhale, and as we exhale, fold forwards. So have a little play with where you want your feet to be here. You can have them much further out in front if that feels good. Or if you want to have them really drawn close into you, that's absolutely fine. Keep lengthening through the spine here as we fold forwards. Taking 2 more deep breaths. Last one. Inhale, lifting all the way back up. Extend those legs out in front. Bring the arms up and overhead. As we exhale, we're going to twist, so bring the left hand to the outside of the right knee and the right hand goes behind. Just gaze over that shoulder. Keep the legs nice and active here, keep those toes pointing to the sky. Inhale, come back to center. And as we exhale, we're going to the other side. Inhaling, coming all the way back to center. Lift up through those fingertips, draw that abdomen in, And as we exhale, we're going to fold forwards, bringing the hands wherever they reach naturally today. Trying to keep lifted through the chest, try to keep that length in the spine. So if you're here today, perfect. Keep those legs nice and active, keep those toes drawing towards you. With each inhale, lifting and lengthening, and with each exhale, see if you can come a little bit closer. Always working with the body. We want to find that opening sensation, that stretch, but we don't want to create any strain within the body. Two more breaths here. Inhaling, lifting all the way back up. Exhale, bring those hands down. Scoot yourself to the middle of the mat and find your way down onto your back. Bring those heels close in to the hips. Allow the abdomen to relax. Bring the arms alongside the body. See if you can touch the heels of your feet with your fingertips. Taking a deep breath in and exhale nice and slow here. As we inhale, we're going to tuck that tailbone. Slowly, gently roll the spine up and off the floor. So we're pressing those hips towards the sky. Squeeze those glutes. And as we exhale, slowly roll them all the way back down. Nice and slow. Tuck that tailbone, lift it off the floor. And then allow that rolling, lifting motion to work the whole way up the spine. Exhale, coming all the way back down. Once more. This time we're going to hold it here. See if you can bring the hands underneath the hips and interlock those fingers. Really squeeze those hips towards the sky. Squeezing those glutes. Holding it here for 2 more breaths. Gently release those hands. Roll the spine all the way back down. Take a moment here, take a breath. Allow the spine to relax. And then bringing the arms out at shoulder height, either straight or you can have them bent at the elbow in cactus arms. We're going to drop both of those knees down to the right hand side. Send the gaze either towards the sky or over that left shoulder. Just allow the knees to relax down. Try to keep both shoulder blades on the mat here. Inhale, come all the way back to center. And as we exhale, dropping those knees to the other side, gaze over the opposite shoulder. Last breath here. Inhale, come all the way back to center. Bring the arms by the sides, palms facing the sky. Bring the legs long along the mat. Allow the toes to relax out to the sides. Take your attention through the body, looking for any areas still holding on to any tension. And if you find any, allow that area to just relax. Let go of that tension. Let the whole body relax completely. Let the whole body relax completely. I'm going to end the video here. Please take as much time as you would like in your Shavasana. Take all the time you need. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this practice, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment down below. Thank you very much.